Welcome to Rotary. We're an organization of about 1.4 million people worldwide. And our goal is service above self. So we serve our community, our state, our country, and around the world. We partner with other Rotarians to make this just a better place to live. And so we always begin with a prayer and then the Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Moore, sure.
Please join me in prayer. Our Father, we thank you for the privilege of being a part of Rotary and the privilege of hearing from the coaches and the students and these young athletes. Bless them and keep them healthy and happy as they go through their high school and further career. Bless the food for nourishing our bodies. Give us thankful hearts. In Christ's name, amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
All right, thank you, Dr. Moore.
You're the guest or?
No, I'm just gonna go around like Tim.
All right, well, welcome everyone. We're so glad you're here. And at this time, well, first let me introduce myself for our guests. My name's Roger Brown, and I'm currently serving as the president for our club this year. And you do a 1-year stint and then you're out. And so this is my year and I'm excited about it. It's been a good year. And so we're going to introduce our guests, not our athletes, because we have several guests that will introduce themselves. We're so glad our athletes are here. And we're going to get to you in just a second. So I want to say if you're a non-athlete, guest.
Non-athletic guest.
Non-athletic guest? Yes.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Robbie Sitka. I'm just visiting. This will be my third visit here to the Rotary Club this afternoon. I really appreciate being here, and I thank you so much for allowing me to be a visitor.
Glad you're here. Welcome. Anyone else?
Well, he's not a coach. He was
Right
a
here.
band director.
Eric? First.
Hi, I'm Elia. I'm the Rotary exchange student from Italy. I will stay here for this year, and I'm excited.
All right. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Amma. I'm a staff student too, and I'm from Germany. Yeah, it's nice to be here.
Glad you're here. So for our students back there, if you're interested in an exchange program, one of the things that really Susan brought back here really ramrods our student exchange program. So we have students come from other countries and we have students from here that go to other countries and spend some time. And so it's a wonderful program if you're ever interested in doing something like that. So we're so glad y'all are here. All right, so I'm going to jump right into introducing our guests and having them come speak, because this is one of our favorite meetings. This is when we get to hear from our student athletes. And in the past, the coaches have come and it's been just mainly our football players, which is great. Because we have very competitive football teams and very dedicated coaches. But I asked Mac Keachin, our new athletic director, who is right there, who will come back here in just 2 seconds. So glad to have Mac on board, and he'll tell you his story, but he's from our area. And he's been living in Pflugerville in a trailer and driving back here on the weekends to see his wife. And so they've been going back and forth, but we snatched him and we're glad that he's full-time now with us. And so we'll get him up here in just a second. One of the things I talked to Mac about is, you guys get to meet, we've had other students, you get to meet a lot of our students from different organizations. But besides football, we have other sports that are very important, and I'm excited about having those student athletes here as well, so they can talk to you about what it takes to be a part of their sport. Because like in the summer, and I know you don't see the football players really working out, although there is a weight room and they're at the track and doing all of that. But what I love is I know school's getting close to starting because you see cross-country runners in Kingwood and all over. And they're out running the streets and you can tell, oh, school's getting ready to start, cross-country's out and about. And they're running. So we have a lot of athletes that are involved in our program. So Mac, I've said enough. I'm gonna let you come up, our new athletic director, everybody.
Thank you. Just to let you know, I want to take this in a little bit. I've waited 33 years to speak to the Rotary. So, Mama, I made it. Thank you. I am Coach Mack. I'm the athletic director. Just a little bit about me, and then we'll get on to the important people here. I grew up in Locust Grove, Oklahoma. So I apologize right now that Dr. Brown and I are both Sooner fans. It has not been a good week. I grew up in Locust Grove. It was a population of 1,300. We had a graduating class of 101. The reason I know it was 101, I was that one. I got ready to graduate and I went down to see the counselor and I said, I want to go to college. She looked at my transcript. She looked back at me. She looked at my transcript again. And she said, have you ever considered the military? I found a college that would take me. 33 years later, I'm here. I get the opportunity to be in the best district in the state of Texas and work with the best coaches and the most awesome athletes. Couldn't do anything else. Couldn't even think about doing anything else but being in education. I've got a daughter that's a 4th generation in education. So we're very proud of that in our family and we get that opportunity. You know, we have over 497 wins with our football coaches combined here today. 497 combined wins. And I'll tell you something. Don't get me wrong, winning is important. And we want to win at everything. But I'm so proud of the fact that we have coaches in our district and leaders as coordinators of our campuses that they have great morals, values, ethics, men of faith, people that are trying to raise our sons and daughters to be great husbands, wives, moms, and dads and leaders. And what I see them do community service work is very, very, very important. And you will see our kids out and about. You'll see our coaches out and about doing that. We wanted today to bring not only the football players, we wanted to bring some cross country, team tennis, and volleyball. That's all what's going on right now with our athletics. And we want them to have the opportunity to tell you exactly what they're doing and how important athletics is. Enough studies show that we have to keep our students and our youth involved. We know that, whether it's in fine arts, you know, we're a little prejudiced. We think the athletics is important. So we want to keep them involved with that. But we know what kind of leaders that they're going to become once they've been part of a team and once they've been through our athletic department. So again, I'm very fortunate to be a part of this. I've lived in this area for 21 years and just now got into the Humble ISD. So it takes a while, okay? But I finally made it. I've made it to the big time. We're going to start off with Humble High School. Coach Murphy will be coming up here and introducing his 2 players that he brought. One is a football player and one is a volleyball player. If you can't tell the difference, then I think you've got some issues.
All right, good afternoon. All right, I'm Coach Robert Murphy. I'm the current campus coordinator, head football coach in high school from Lufkin, Texas, by way of Nickton, Texas. If you know where Groveton, Texas is at, Nickton, Texas is probably about 10, 15 minutes from there, right by Apple Springs. So that's where I'm originally from, but played ball in Lufkin. This is my 4th year at Humble High School, 2nd year as the campus coordinator, head football coach. One thing I want to talk about that's going on at Humble High School that is great is character development. I think it's one of the biggest things that we do that brings the most joy to our heart. Every Thursday, we're out at Colorado Lines in all 7 feeder schools. Every Friday, we don't miss a Friday. Our varsity football players go out to our 7 feeder middle schools inside the classroom, do everything from reading books to at recess to moving stuff for teachers. And that's something that's important to us. I think that great character leads to wins and losses. So we want to make sure our kids are not only good athletes, but we want to make sure they're good community members. So I think that's one of the biggest things that, I pride myself on at Humble High School is that we taken initiative to make sure that the character development part is very much so important. So we're excited. I appreciate you all having me here, but without further ado, the stars of the day, we have Amir Spark, who is on our volleyball team, who She is like, if you've ever been to a game and you hear the ball get hit very loudly, that's her coming down with the spikes and everything else. In between, and we also have Jaden Luisio, who's on our football team. So I'll turn the floor over to you.
Hi, I'd like to say first, it's nice to meet you all. I'm Amira Marks, as he said. I'm currently our head volleyball captain. As of our accolades, for me personally, I've made all district for the past 2 years, planning to make that 3 in a row that I've been on varsity. And then I've made all academic for the past 3, planning to make that 4 this year. In addition to that, I've made all phenom and all American, which is a shout out to all volleyball athletes across America and then Texas. So planning to make that all American this year, hopefully. As our volleyball team, we're 26-5 for our record this year.
Wow.
And we're 3-1 in district currently. And we've actually made history for the past 2 years, making it to playoffs twice for the first time in 21 years. So that was definitely a great achievement of ours, and we plan to do the same this year, hopefully with y'all support. We actually have a Friday game against Summer Creek. We play at 4:30, 5:30, and 6:30. I'd love to see y'all there if y'all can make it. And yeah.
What grade are you in?
Oh, I'm a senior.
Are you going on to college?
Yes, I'm planning to commit within the next few months.
No.
Any other questions? Okay.
Hello, my name is Jalen Alicio. I'm a 3-year letterman at Humble High School. I am a senior also as well. If I can talk about the football program, our football program brings a lot of strength, discipline, and effort. Especially as us going 3-0 the first time since 2018 it was a big accomplishment and big thankful for Coach Murphy and all the coaches that brought us and told us that we could do it and we could fight, and that's what we did for our first time since 2018. I've been a second team all district for the past 2 years as a tight end, but now I'm on the defensive side as a D tackle. I mean, sorry, I'm sorry.
So what, y'all talk about, what is your day like? So like with practice and school, so talk a little about, you
So-
start at this time and your day ends, you go to bed at this time.
So we wake up, school starts doors open at 6:45. We, first period starts at 7:25. We usually go throughout the day. 5th period, we have football practice. And after school, we have football practice as well throughout the day, schoolwork and stuff like that. This Thursday, we play North Shore at Glenna Park. Plan to see you, we play at 7 p.m. Y'all can make it out there, and that's what mostly my day is like on a day-to-day basis.
All right, very good.
I'm gonna brag on him a little bit. He won't brag on himself. He's an all-A student. He's an academic, all district, academic, all state. He holds about 6 to 7 offers. And like, he's just a great all-around kid. He's one of our team captains. He's a kid that if you come into our field house, where our kids are coming down from class to athletics, he's the first one at the door, making sure they don't have any jewelry on, make sure they have any earrings, making sure they got the right clothes on. That's the type of kid he is. So I know he won't talk about himself like that, but that's just the type of kid that Jalen is.
University. Would you both talk a little bit about the recruitment process? Apparently, you're both in that arena.
So I would say right now, I have 6, 7 D1, D2, and D3 offers from different places. I plan to commit probably by the end of this year, but I'm still not working on getting some more offers and see where that can go.
I want to answer his question first. As a volleyball player, I feel like there's a lot that goes in school, but also out of school. As a player who also plays outside of school, we have practice 6 days a week, and then we have weight room 3 days a week, and that's just in school. Outside of school, I have training, privates, all of that, and on top of keeping up with my academics, thankfully top 10% as well. So there's a lot of work from sun up to sundown. Like, I'm always in practice, I'm always in the classroom, and there's always something that needs to be done. I feel like we don't get that much downtime, but that's also like develops our love for the sport and wanting to be a great person in general and leading to our academic and athletic success. As far as the recruiting process, it was definitely been like a lot of ups and downs for me. I've had a few injuries and then a few different, coaches and opportunities that way. So for me, as of right now, I don't have any offers, but I am talking to multiple schools and I'm looking to commit within the next few months. And I feel like no shade, but I want to say that recruiting process for football and volleyball is a lot different. I feel like it takes a lot more time for volleyball, so that's just something to consider.
Nice.
All right.
There you go.
Good afternoon. I'm Coach Melton, Kel Melton. I'm the athletic coordinator, head football coach at Kingwood High School. And so I've got right here with me, and I'll tell you who they are, and then I'll kind of talk a little bit about our program and in general, and then I'll let them speak. So Clara Dye, her dad is also a head cross country track coach, but Clara's been on the girls cross country team, the track team for the past 3 years now. And then we have Colin Hoff, who's also he's on our tennis team. So, just kind of introduce him real quick. So, I'm going to talk a little bit like Coach Murphy talks about. And Coach Mack is big on volunteering and spending our time. And so, kind of our vision statement at Kingwood High School, and not just in football, but also just our whole athletic program is to build champions. So we want to build champions not just on the athletic arena, but in the classroom and then in the community. And so we spend a lot of time. For instance, I'll just give you an idea of what we do in our football program, because I guess I'm over it. But we have a thing. We break up into groups in the spring, and then we create what we call player committee. And so we end our program. We'll have about 200. We have about 250 kids in our football program, and then those guys in the off season will elect what they call the player committee. Player committee is our leadership committee, and what we do is we'll break up into 12 different groups. And then they do different things. They volunteer. They go and they'll do different programs. I mean, they'll go and do a bunch of different things. We've gone out. We've done clean up Kingwood. We cleaned up our Kingwood High School. We've gone around. I've helped in yards, helping people around town. So there's quite a few things that they can do. And so what we'll also do is we do a book study. And so right now we're extreme ownership. It's about the Navy SEALs. It's Leaf Babin. So what they try to do, and we'll go over with our leadership group, and then we go over a lesson each week. And with our leadership group, they will then break into their groups and have discussions and things about what we talked about leadership wise, and not only just to build them up to be good, good athletes, but to be good young men and good leaders in the future. So I'm going to kind of just talk about Clara. I guess if you've been state about 2 years now, right? The last 2 years, and I think they just went up to Round Rock and finished 8th in the gold division. She was one of the top winners. I think number 16 is what I looked up. Colin and our tennis team just went up to Austin this past weekend. They defeated Alamo Heights and Lake Travis, which are some of the top teams in the state. They lost to the number 1 team in the state, but they're 15-1 this year. And then they're like top 15 in the state right now as a whole. So both of these groups are doing really well. So I'm gonna pass this over to Clara and let her talk about cross country.
Hi, I'm Clara Dye. Thank you for having me here today. I run cross country and track. I've been on varsity since I was a freshman, and I've been all district, all region every year. My freshman year was also all state. I'm in multiple clubs at school, and I participate in National Charity League outside of school. Last week we went to Round Rock and ran in a big meet sponsored by Hoka. This week we're going down to the Woodlands to run in a Nike meet. Our district meet is October 10th, where we will be district champion for 14th year in a row. Thank you.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Our cross country program is very strong. I love being a part of this team. It has a really good team dynamic. They focus on our safety, but also making sure we're healthy and we're just having fun and enjoying the sport that we love to do. So very grateful for the opportunity, and can't wait to see what the season holds. Me questions.
Tell everybody about logbook, some of the things that your dad does to build the spirit of the runners as well.
So something we do at Kingwood that is different from a lot of other schools is that we have logbook. We wake up and have practice at 6 a.m. and to start our practice, we'll do logbook, which is like a motivational lesson where we're required to take notes and help us with like our attitude and our mindset to go into like practice and races that we have coming up. And then after school, we have practice every day, twice a day, every day of the week. And we also do logbook after school. And I think a reason our program is so strong is because we are good physically and athletically, but also mentally. We have good character and like good goals that we set for ourselves as a team and individually every day during logbook. And I think that's something that really helps our program. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to comment, so you guys, the boys and girls run by my house every morning. And first place, it's a crack of dawn, and they're out there in the dark, but if you are out there walking, it's the most polite group of kids. They always say good morning, they always say hello. I don't know if it's your father that's telling everybody to do that, but I think it just really comes natural, and it's just a really, really nice group.
Yes, thank you so much. You probably see us every day on your way to work. We run lots of courses every day and we're out, but we know to share the trails. We love to greet everyone in the morning and just say hi and just kind of get to build a community as we run in practice. Yes, ma'am?
How many miles a day are you running?
So it's different for everyone individually. I do 56 a week, so it varies. We do track workouts and workouts just running out in the trails. On an average day where I just have an average run, I do about 7 miles. And then 2 after school.
What's your best time?
My best, on varsity, we run 5Ks, and my best time is 18:38, and that's a little over 3 miles. My mile time is 5:12, and my 2 mile time is 11:12. And I run steeplechase, but that's a trip. Any other questions? Thank you.
I do not run that much. My name is Colin Hoff. I'm a senior at Kingwood High School. This is my 4th year in the tennis program, 3rd year on varsity, and 1st year as captain. And as of right now, like Coach said, we have a record of 15-1, and we are ranked 15th in the state. And we are going on 36 years as district champs and going on our 37th right now. And I think it's important to note that our winning record doesn't come from whether or not we've been playing our whole life, considering well over half of our team, including myself, first picked up a racket just a couple of months prior to starting freshman year. But rather the hours that this team spends on and off the court preparing ourselves for the matches to come. And our season that we're in right now takes place in the fall, begins early August before school has even started, which means we start practices as early as July. And our coaches do a phenomenal job of making sure we are the utmost prepared to be as successful as we can, with about 13 matches prior to starting district playoffs, which makes for about 2 to 3 matches a week, late nights, and a lot of time spent on a bus, especially the 4-hour ride to Austin this past week. And I think what separates our team from other great tennis teams is the bond that we share with one another. And it's such a privilege to be on a team who I now consider family, to be there for each other. And we aren't just there for one another when someone's having a bad match, but we're there for one another when situations arise in our personal lives. Like if a fellow teammate loses a loved one or is going through medical troubles, which has happened this year, we make sure as a team to see it as an opportunity to come together and do our part. And if I could describe my experience of being on this team in one word, it is growth. And when I say growth, I don't just mean in skill or athleticism, but growth in mentality and integrity and most of all character. Because I've met my lifelong friends through this program, and a quote that my coach says all the time is, it's all about how you respond. And that is a principle that each one of us tennis players think about and carry with us every single day. Whether it's our opponent throwing the racket out of anger, which did happen over the weekend, or just walking in everyday life, this program teaches players to respond to every situation with grace and integrity. So with some intense matches in the coming weeks and with some intense matches coming in the ahead of us and a whole spring season that takes place after winter break, the time I have left on this team, I'm gonna spend giving back to a program that has given so much to me. Thank you.
What is your best comeback story?
Best comeback story. I will talk about the match that did happen in Austin this past week, which I was down by a lot. And this kid that I was playing, I won't say the high school specifically, but this kid I was playing, it was a great player, and I was down a couple matches. But of course, when I start winning some points, he starts getting very angry, like throwing his racket, kicking, calling me names that I definitely cannot say here.
Wow.
But it felt good to win those points. And Coach Mack kept on reassuring me, which is the head coach. Coach Mack, he was like, stay cool, stay calm, you got this, you're in his head, this is good. And slowly but surely I crept up and I ended up beating him in a tiebreaker. So that felt awesome. Good. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Craig Stump. I'm the head football coach, athletic coordinator at Testita High School. And got two really good, talented athletes with me today, one on our tennis team and one on our volleyball team. Emily's volleyball and Ida. I got it right. It's not spelled that way, but I got it right. It's on our tennis team, and they're going to share their thoughts with you just like everybody else has. And I think, let me just say real quick, football wise, we play tomorrow. We start our district play tomorrow. We had an open week last week. We start our district against CE King tomorrow at Turner Stadium. One thought with our athletic program. First of all, this is my 37th year, 37th season, 38th year. I spent 16 in college and 22 in high school. So one of the things that we want to instill, just like a lot of other coaches in this district, our big thing is throughout our program, and we have a lot of good head coaches that instill the same thing, but it's about accountability and work ethic. And I just think that's what athletics teach you, is the accountability aspect. It's a big word. But being part of something bigger than yourself, which is what most of us are all our lives. We're always part of something bigger than yourself, and understanding that what you choose to do and choose not to do affects somebody, that selflessness and the accountability factor is something we try to spread through our programs and to our athletes in every sport. It's just a theme we have, and I think that's really important. And I think understanding that goes with you through your life. I mean, it's always going to be that way, and I think that's a very big part. Who wants to go first?
Yes, one football question.
Okay.
Where are you ranked?
I don't know. No, I don't. Do you know? Three. In Houston?
Well, I understand you're ranked nationally.
Cool. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, but
that's actually a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about it, but I don't know. That's that all can go away tomorrow, right? So
I'm impressed with your answer.
Well, I got impressed somebody today. Good. Ida, you ready? Okay.
Hi, my name is Ida. I'm very proud and happy to be here today in front of all of you guys. I am a senior at Atascocita High School. I started tennis my freshman year. This is my 4th year playing. I made varsity after my 1st year of playing, actually. And tennis is so much more than just out on the court. It's the bonds that we've created, it's the family that we've made within our team, out of our team. And I want to just say that right now, as a district, we're 5-0, and as overall, we're 14-1. We're playing Humboldt High School this Friday. We just played CE King yesterday, and it's been doing good so far. And I just want to say that not only am I out there on the field, we have practice 2.5 hours every day after school, during school, but I'm also a straight A student. I'm on the nursing program for our school, and I'm also always trying to give to charity and always giving my time for volunteering. And it's a very important that not only do we become well-rounded academically, but also in our sports as well. That's what our coaches really put pressure on as well. And I just want to give a big shout out who aren't here today, our head coach, Coach Stoltz, and our assistant coach now, Coach Lowe. And that's just a little bit about. You have any questions?
Are you being recruited? Are you going on to college?
Not, I think I'm gonna do this for like a club maybe, but I want to do mostly like nursing is what I'm trying to go for like long term.
Hi, everybody. I'm Emily Olano. I'm a senior at Atascocita High School, and I'm on our volleyball team. I'm currently our volleyball team captain, and we are right now 4-0 in district. We actually were able to beat our rival Summer Creek and Kingwood these past 2 games, so that's been like a really big accomplishment for us, especially being in the heat of those games. Student sections, they get pretty crazy. We got some talkers in there, but honestly, right now, I'd say my volleyball career, I like didn't really start off as like your ideal like varsity athlete. I went through the process of being on our freshman team, JV team. Actually, my JV year, we were in our first playoff game, and Coach Odom called me in my 5th period classroom and said, "Hey, I need you to get on the bus. You're gonna play, and you're gonna start in our playoff game because both of our players had gotten hurt." And y'all don't even know, I was freaking out. So I had to go through freshman JV team, varsity last year, and I actually rode the bench, I think for like 8 games straight. So like I was never like our top athlete. This year I am our starting libero, which has been a huge accomplishment for me, but I wouldn't really be considered like Amaris over here, who is an amazing athlete. But I'd say honestly, the game of volleyball just didn't teach me like how to hone in my athletic skills. It taught me discipline and how to fight through all these challenges. Not always being seen as the best and not always being seen as like, you know, our star athlete. I know Coach Odom could always count on me for my accountability and my responsibility. I'm also our student body president at Atascocita, so I have a big leadership skill portion in that. And I feel like I was able to transfer that from student council also over to volleyball. And the discipline that I've gained from that and just my time management skills, having, you know, a schedule that works out for me, because like your question earlier, what my school day looks like. I get to school, I'm in all AP classes, I'm in top 3% of my class. I have practice, I have student council period, and then after practice, I go home doing homework and hitting bed. Like I'm never having time for just myself. And that's something that I've actually become okay with. You know, it kind of sucks. Everyone says, "Oh, you don't have like a high school experience." But honestly, I think I can speak for all the athletes in the room that like we're so thankful and blessed to have the opportunities to be an athlete with such a tight packed schedule, because we get the opportunity to learn skills that a regular student in ISD may not be able to learn without the opportunities of athletics or even other sports and clubs. So that's just a little bit about me. So.
Questions? No? That summed it up, right?
Yeah, they did great.
Thank you. She should have went first.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Clayton Maple. I have the blessing and the fortune to be starting my 11th year as the campus coordinator and football coach at Kingwood Park High School. So just really thrilled and excited about that. I think one of the biggest things that I think about with regards to Kingwood Park High School is just how well-rounded, like everyone else has talked about it, and our kids are so involved with so many things, not just multiple sports, but all the things that they talked about. I brought with me today Talon Benton. He's a senior linebacker for us, but you can see Air Force. We got done with a long practice yesterday, and he is in his dress blues to the T at 5:30, getting ready to go to another event. Also have with us our head girls cross country coach, Coach Cook, and then Emma Adams, also one of the cross country runners. So again, we're just really going back to what I was gonna say with the 11th years. That means 11 years of being with you guys, and it never gets old. And I'm so appreciative for the fact that we've been able to continue this relationship year after year after year, because I've seen some different faces, some familiar faces, obviously, but for the kids to be able to continue to come and share what they do, I think is really, really a blessing. We're very thankful that you guys allow us to do that year after year. And this is Talon Benton. You can pass off to the book and they can tell you about cross country.
Good afternoon. My name is Talon Benson. Throughout my entirety of Kingwood Park history and career, I've been in more than 11 organizations. And when I tell you there's nothing like Kingwood Park football, I mean it. From the leadership councils that Coach Maple hosts to help create us as better, not only better athletes, but better leaders and people in our community and school that our teachers can rely on, to the off season that starts right after football season, where we get leadership lessons, workout plans, and football is basically a year-round sport, because right into off season, we're lifting weights, we're on that track, we're running, we're getting our tests done to make sure that we can become better, well-rounded athletes. I've done wrestling, I've done track, and there's nothing like football because of the team camaraderie. I am in JROTC. I'm the Chief Master Sergeant for the past 2 years. My goal is to get a JROTC scholarship, which is a full ride, most likely to UCSA. Let's see, I'm in FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America, FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Crew, and a lot of other things. I'm on the Student Advisory Board with Dr. Roger Brown. It's a pleasure to see you. And I do all honors classes. Kingwood Park football has taught me not only the value of working out, not only the value of being able to go 100 miles an hour, every play, every rep, but that's taught me the value of family. There's nobody in my program that I feel like I couldn't count on. And whenever I need somebody, whenever I need something, I could pick up my phone and call a teammate. That's what the beauty of Kingwood Park football is.
Hi, I'm Coach Cook. I'm the girls cross country and track and field head coach. I've been in the business for about 17 years now, and 7 years at Cape Park, about 4 years as the head coach. It's one of those schools that's always been very special to me. When I first started my career, I was down over at KMS, and I was actually coaching football, believe it or not. And I would go over and I would help with the film, and that's how I kind of got connected to Cape Park. Well, during that era, that's when I got to see the cross-country team doing their thing. And it always stuck with me, the work ethic that those girls had. And I left KMS and I went to another school, and we had to go up against Cape Park in cross-country. And that was not fun. We did our best, but all we ever saw was the backs of their jerseys. And so Cape Park has always been on my radar, somewhere that I wanted to get back to, and I want to be a part of it. Because I know that special bond that's there at Cape Park. Cape Park is very special. It's very unique. It's not just a thing that's said. It's genuine. It's real. So to be able to be a part of that, it means a lot to me. In terms of cross country, being able to be part of a tradition-rich program like what we have, it means the world to me. And yes, we have multiple district titles, multiple state titles, all those things. But the best part is being able to work with special athletes. I'll introduce here in a second to Emma. She's one of those. It's one of those athletes that you're genuinely blessed to be around them. Do you know that they're going to give you everything that they got? The time, the effort that they put in is second to none. And I know that the world, wherever she goes, it's going to be a better place because she's going to be leading it. And there's going to be a lot more just like her that are coming up in the ranks that are going to be able to do the same thing. So without any more weight, Emma.
It's okay. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a senior at K Park and I've run cross country all 4 years of high school. I do a lot around school. I'm currently the orchestra president and I hold multiple officer positions in various honor societies such as Rho Kappa, Science National Honor Society, and I do a little bit of everything, so it's really fun. But my favorite Coach Cook quote from cross country has to be, you are not a time on a clock, but the effort you put into what you do. And I take that with me everywhere I go. Into like my orchestra presidency, I take it into the honor organizations that I'm involved in. And I truly think that all of the things I have learned from cross country are going to help me and make me a better person in life. And I really am so grateful to Coach Cook for teaching me those things so that way I can have them going into college. And I don't know, he just makes me a better person. So yeah, and then my day typically, like today is a really busy day for me. We have our homecoming pep rally later and we had practice this morning, so I ran, I'm going to school, I'm coming here, which I'm so excited to be here. And after this, I'm going back to school for 7th period, and then we have a middle school cross country meet that I'm going to go to, and I'm going straight from that to the pep rally to be in the pep rally, and then I'm going to go home and do homework. Any questions?
When did you realize that you could run distances?
I started running in 8th grade, and it was because we did, our mile for PE and stuff like that, and I would be in the front. So the cross country coach was like, you need to run. You don't have a choice. And then somehow it ended up on my high school schedule. Don't really know. That's what I was doing, but it's honestly my greatest accomplishment was signing up for cross country. I haven't learned the life skills like I've learned in cross country anywhere else. So.
Good afternoon. Kenny Harrison, campus coordinator here, football coach at Summer Creek High School. Started my 7th year at Summer Creek High School as campus coordinator, head football coach. We have 2 phenomenal athletes right here. Addison Chezik, who's our volleyball player, phenomenal young lady that's on the National Honor Society. And then Chad Wolfark, who's our starting defensive end team captain. He's also on the National Honor Society, and he's committed to play football at Texas Christian University. Speak a little bit about Summer Creek High School and what makes Summer Creek High School special. I would definitely say the family atmosphere of Summer Creek High School. It starts with our principal, Dr. Matthew Manning. He does a tremendous job of tying the entire school together from fine arts, athletics, and of course from the academic side of it. My motto and our motto at Summer Creek High School is all in. And I'm willing to do anything to make Summer Creek High School the best high school in the state of Texas, whatever that looks like, from helping teachers, helping administration, being a part of these fine athletes' lives every single day is a blessing to me. I love coming to work. They have no idea how much I learn from them on a daily basis, just watching the work ethic, getting up early in the morning, doing workouts, and then going to class, getting schoolwork done, and then going to practice after school, and then starting the day over the next day. That's a tremendous work ethic. That's what Summer Creek High School stands for. And every single day, I thought they would learn from me, but I learned from them every single day. So I'll let these 2 phenomenal athletes speak to you today.
Hi, I'm Addie, a volleyball player at Summer Creek High School. So a little bit about me. I'm the president of 3 clubs at Summer Creek High School. I'm in NHS. I'm in the book club. I'm in NEHS, which is English Honor Society. I'm a humanities kind of girl. I've been playing volleyball since 7th grade. I also got to climb the ladder. I started on freshman, JV my sophomore year. Unfortunately, I tore my meniscus my junior year and did not get to play. So I like to say I was on varsity my junior year. I was super lucky that over the summer. I committed to play at a high academic institution in Massachusetts. It was a Division III. Unfortunately, I had to decommit, but now I'm on the radar of Division I schools, so who knows? With Summer Creek Volleyball, I am like super blessed to play at this. Sorry. Oh, let me start over. I'm sorry. With Summer Creek Volleyball, I'm super blessed to play at this program. We are absolutely unmatched in the district when it comes to our energy. We are the funnest team you will ever watch play on a court. You will never see a girl run all the way across the gym, dive, get the ball up, and then start to do a TikTok dance in celebration. I absolutely love my team. I am a middle blocker, which is a very grueling job. You know, blocking pin to pin, which I'm sure nobody knows what that means, but it's okay. But I never ever like am upset doing that job because I turn around and I just see this phenomenal energy behind me and supporting me, always having my back. Our biggest thing this year is our selflessness. We came together and decided to play for her, meaning that when I was a freshman, you know, I looked up to a senior on varsity. We're trying to be that senior on varsity for little kids to look up to. So stop playing for ourselves and play for the little girls that come and watch us play. That's it.
Hello, I'm Chad Woodford from Summer Creek High School defensive end. I'm committed to play at GCU. I'm early enrolling December next year. I have all my credits to graduate. So that's one of my biggest accomplishments. I feel like I've been on varsity for 3 years. Last year I had torn my MCL in the spring game, so I had to miss some time, but they really taught me how to bounce back. And then at Summer Creek, I feel like it's really a brotherhood. You know, we get up every morning. I see those guys more than I see my own family, really. So it is my family, you know. So we wake up every morning, we go practice together, we eat together, we hang out together. It's like we do everything together. And that really just builds that brotherhood. So when we get on the field, I know he has my back, I have his back. And it really helps us win games. This season, we're 3-0 so far. We've outscored our opponents like 156-0 so far. Haven't anybody scored. It's been a really fun season for sure. Last year was a fun season. If y'all followed it, we ended up going to state, didn't get the result we wanted, but you know, it just showed us how far that brother get us. We wanted more this year, so I think it should be a good year this year for sure. Questions?
Y'all really haven't allowed a point all season, your defense? That's awesome, man. That's really good.
All right. Thank you.
No, thank
you.
But that's crazy. Yeah.
And so if I can ask the athletes, I always ask this question, you're with Humble ISD, right? Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure you guys don't miss me. That's Humble ISD. It's appreciate all the coaches, their dedication, the assistant coaches, all that goes into helping our student athletes, the dedication. I just love having our students come and talk. And, you know, I always say, you see things on the news, and we do have kids that struggle and sometimes make poor decisions. But day to day, these are the students and the student athletes that we're dealing with, that really teach us. Like the coach said, I learned from them and they teach us. And when you listen to them, I'm kind of inadequate, like, oh my gosh, the day. You know, it's unbelievable the dedication these student athletes have and these coaches have. So congratulations to you all. Thank you for being here. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, so next week, don't forget, October 2nd will be at Bender. Not here. Not here. So Dr. Moe, who used to be with the district, has written a book about the history of Humble, and he's just, if you don't know Dr. Moe, he's a great man. Runs the Humble Museum, which is right next door to Bender. So we're gonna have lunch at Bender. He's gonna take us on a tour, talk to us about the history, take us over to his museum, and it'll blow you away. It's just amazing if you've never been there. All right, and then Felipe, I think you had something you wanted to say.
Thank you, Dr. Roger. Wanted to mention about the vocational training team program that we're going to do this year. The club approved $5,000 towards that project. And with the money put by the district, I got the basis to get the $100,000 that I need for that project, which is training for firefighters in developing countries. So what I wanted to do today is to ask for help from our members that have relationship with other clubs. So I can go there and talk about the project and request funds. Different from these athletes, when I see the shirts that he said, what are you doing at 6:15? I said, I'm sleeping. But tomorrow I was invited to go to Pearland Club, and they have a breakfast meeting, 7:30 in the morning in Pearland. So tomorrow I'm gonna be up and away, going to Pearland to talk about our project. So anyway, I like to have some help so I can go and request more help for our project. This will be the fourth project that we do, based on a global grant. And this year, the budget is $100,000 that we're gonna spend on that project. The other thing I wanted to briefly mention is that a team of the International Committee and the Social Committee, we're trying to program a tour, a trip to Guatemala. And Valerie is working hard on that, so we'll get some dates and so forth. And this Sunday, I'm going to Panama because I have made a contact with the club in Panama City, one of the oldest clubs there, to talk about a friendship exchange, the planning to do before the end of this Rotary year. So when I get dates and coordination, we'll make the announcement and get candidates that maybe want to go on this exchange to Panama. Thank you.
For those of you club members who make your $1,000 donations every year and part of the Rotary International Foundation, since Felipe has a global grant number, you guys can make your yearly donations and ear tag it for him. And then he gets more money for his global grant. So that's just a little side note in case you're wanting to make those before the end of the year.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah. Yes.
They probably can be, but you don't get the credit like you would if it was 1,000.
I just wanted to remind or inform all of our seniors, if you come here, it's not only because we want to hear what you're doing, and honestly, it is intimidating to listen to you public speak. I don't feel like I was doing that at your age, but I do it all the time now, and so you got a head start. But at, I think it's December 1st, the Humboldt Education Foundation will be listing all of the scholarships. There are 3 scholarships that are sponsored by this club that you came to speak to. We would like you to apply for it. And scholarships are only granted if you apply, right? So you go to Humboldt ISD Foundation, do not wait. Take time every day and write it, because by the time you're, December of your senior year, you're exhausted, you don't want to write any more essays, you don't want to apply to anywhere, but please do apply for the scholarships. One of the scholarships is about how the 4-way test impacts you on a daily basis, and now you have a head start. You can read this and see, you can write a full page on how that is, so I just wanted to remind you. 500 words. 500 words.
So in the 4 hours of sleep you get at night, 10:30, that's about it. You're 3.5 that night. All right. All right. Speaking of the 4-way test, that's always how we end our meeting. We're gonna do a photo afterwards, if you don't mind. Student athletes, please stick around. We always end with our 4-way test. Go with this. The 4-way test are the things we think, say, or do. First, is it true? Second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
Third,
Will it build goodwill and better friendship?
and fourth.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Everyone go out there, service of self, and have a great week.